Hi Spartans, I'm here to show you a tech tool, actually two tech tools that I have found to be really helpful, both of which are Google extensions. One is called CleanPrint and the other is called Kami. So first thing I'm going to do is show you how to get these Google extensions and a little bit about what an extension is. You might notice that up here next to my Omni bar, where you type in the URL, the Omnibar, I have a bunch of little icons here. Each of these is a Google extension. A Google extension is sort of like an app. It's a mini program that helps with certain aspects of Chrome. There are dictionary ones built in. I have EasyBib right here, which is very cool, as well as CleanPrint and Kami. So I'm going to show you how to get those. First thing you want to do is Google CleanPrint extension. And the first thing, if you are on Google Chrome, which you can only really do this on Google Chrome, you're going to choose this top hit, which is chrome.google.com for the Chrome store, and CleanPrint. This one is free, and you'll notice that my button here is green and it says added to Chrome. Yours will be blue and it will say add to Chrome. So go ahead and click that, go through all the steps where it asks you if you want to authorize it, etc., and you'll know you're successful when you see this little green leaf up here. I'm also going to add Kami. So while I'm here, I'm going to add Kami, and that is this document markup. Again, you can see mine is green. And I'm going to add, I already added it. I'd like you to please add it to Chrome by clicking on the blue button. And let's go ahead and see what these cool things can do. So SpaceX just launched, and I found an article that I really want my physics students to read. It's Scientific American, so I've already previewed it. I know it's a credible source, but if I look at any website, really, it's pretty messy. There are all sorts of latest news ads. There's an advertisement. Here's just a random advert. It's really hard. Even if I click that and get rid of it, it's still really difficult to focus on just the content. Well, if I wanted to print this out for my students, normally what I'd probably do is I'd right click it, I'd go to print, and I'd see that, holy moly, that is 13 sheets of paper, and all sorts of it is actually empty space. So that's a waste of not only paper, but a waste of ink. Printing out these ads, maybe I could print out one copy and cut it and glue it onto a sheet of paper, or maybe even just do the old school thing where you highlight as much as you can and copy and paste it into a Word doc. Either way, you're wasting more time. It's not going to look very nice, and you're also possibly wasting more paper than you need to. So while I'm on this article, I'm going to go over here to my extension toolbar here and click on CleanPrint. When I click on CleanPrint, it takes a moment to look at it, and you can see that right away I didn't have to do a darn thing but click on CleanPrint, and it is already down to almost 3.5 pages from 13 sheets of paper. So that is a huge savings on both paper and ink. And I can feel a little bit better about printing this out if that's what I absolutely have to do, printing it out for my students. Now from here, I can actually, if you notice I hover over it, it actually lets me even possibly X some stuff out, delete it from this copy. So I'm going to highlight over the word advertisement and get rid of that. Scroll through. I also want to get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I'm just going through and just cleaning this up. I'm just looking for the word advertisement. Oh, editor's recommendations. I don't know. I don't need to know that. And maybe I want to get rid of the copyright. Maybe I don't. Whatever you want to do. So it's cut down a little bit more, but maybe I want to get it a little bit smaller so I can add some questions. So I can also change the font size. Now it's down to 2.5 printed pages instead of over 3. Maybe I have a student who has accommodations who needs larger font size. I can make it quite large, in fact, if I need to for that student. I'm going to go down to 2.5 pages because I want to add some questions, and this is where Kami comes in. So now that I've gotten my article the way I like it in CleanPrint, I'm going to go ahead and click on PDF, and I'm going to download it as a PDF. You see it launched right there. And now I'm going to open up a brand new tab, and I'm going to click on my Kami extension. And I'm going to go over here to open from computer. It's already on my downloads, and I have it set to date modified. So bam, there it is after launching the world's most powerful rocket. And it opens up now in Kami. What's cool about this, now it does many things that Adobe can already do, but not every one of us has Adobe where it's to the point where you can actually edit things nicely on your computer. So this is a nice free app, or maybe you're working at home and your home computer doesn't have the upgraded Adobe. So here you go, Kami. One of the things I want to do is I want to get rid of this this URL at the top, and I also want to get rid of the page, the pagination, as well as this time and date. I don't need my students knowing when I did my lesson planning. So it's already set to draw. I want it on white, and I chose the stroke thickness to be 10 because I want to just go and make that disappear. Go back because all I'm doing is drawing on it, and I want that to disappear as well. And you get the idea. I can draw over it and make whatever I want disappear. I also said I want to add some questions. Since I have this third sheet of paper with just a few paragraphs on it, I want to add some questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on text box, and I'm going to now click, and I have a text box here. So I could write, answer the following questions using complete sentences in your notebook. 1, and then I could write all of my questions. You notice there's a little microphone for text-to-speech. That's actually a pro feature. Maybe if we all ask for it. There's also a great Google Classroom link up that's part of the pro. Maybe if we start all asking tech for them to upgrade our Kami, they might just do it if enough of us ask. But in the meantime, typing works just well. I can, again, change my font if I have a student with accommodations who needs it bigger. I just want it to look bigger. I can change the color if that's something I want to do. And I want to, now that I've made some changes, save it to Drive. So now it is saved to my Drive. If I look here in the save, it shows me that it is saved to a folder. It makes its own folder, Kami Uploads. Some of you, the first time you use it, there might be some windows that pop up asking you to authorize Kami. Just go ahead and allow. So I'm going to go to this folder now in my Drive, which is already open, and I'm going to double click on Kami Uploads. You can see I have, after launching, I'm going to open that. You can see right away it disappears. What I wrote over disappears. And if I scroll all the way down, you can see my questions that I didn't finish are right there. So if I were to close this and now go to Google Classroom, if you wait a second, I can go to physics. And again, that create Kami assignment, if we had the pro version, you could do that, and you could actually leave space and have the students type directly on the PDF if you'd like. But I'm going to just create an announcement because I want them to see it and read this article and answer the questions. I could also, or I could spell questions, right? And go to Drive and open that, add, post, and it's right there. So I just, by posting on Google Classroom, saved even more paper, but if I sent it to the printer, again, about 2.5 pages, or if you look at the Kami version of it, still 2.5 pages as opposed to almost 13. If you have any more questions about Google extensions or Kami or CleanPrint, please let me know.